Kilo Quebec 4 Victor Echo Tango.
Victor Echo Tango, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
Victor Echo Tango, Roger, Roger. What's the name there?
Copy that. I'm reading you pretty good, about a 5.9 in Fort Payne, Alabama.
Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
Roger, Roger. And what's the name there?
The name is Scott. SCOTT.
Roger, Scott. And what radio are you running this afternoon?
Roger, Scott. And what radio are you running this afternoon?
I'm on an ICOM 7300. I'm running about 71 watts on a half-wave end-fed wire.
Roger, Roger. Now, why would you run 73 watts? That radio is designed to run at 100 watts, Roger.
That radio is designed to run at 100 watts, Roger.
Well, I like to play around with it and flip it around. Usually I make most of my contacts with about 35 watts. Sometimes I'll bump it up to 100, but usually I play between 1/4 and 3/4 of my power.
Yes, sir. You drive people nuts, though. I mean, well, like me, because I'm looking to get the absolute best recording for you that I can, and I'm saying, why is he doing 73 watts when he could be doing 100 watts and be slightly above the noise level more than he is at the moment?
Slightly above the noise level more than he is at the moment.
All right, I'll go ahead and bump it up to 100 watts. Can you notice a difference?
Well, let's say I do. I mean, it's bound to, in the mess of things, only slightly, though, because, when you go from 50 watts to 100 watts, somebody do something, so it's something like that. But it's always, to me, putting the best foot forward that you possibly can. And that 7300 is just a remarkable radio. And the first thing to do is to be sure that you're operating that transmitter in the best mode possible, the 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, Roger?
The 100 to 2900 transmit bandwidth, Roger?
Roger that. I copy.
Do you know about that and how to set that? If not, just take a note of that and pursue that later. That's very important that you be in that mode. Just let that transmitter give you the best output it can, and then give you just a slice of daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger?
The daylight before you're into somebody else's conversation, Roger?
Copy that.
Okay, I'm really copying you well on my Georgia SDR now. You're probably about 15 over or so, so I have a really good copy. Normally on that 7300, we suggest compression on at a 3. It's just something you'll never really hear on the air, but it helps us arrive at our final destination, which is a 3 dB dynamic range, which is 80 to 85% of peak modulation, Roger?
80 to 85% of peak modulation, Roger?
Roger that. I went ahead and turned my comp on into 3, like you had talked with the previous guy that called earlier. Now, one thing I did hear you talk about, and I'm not sure how to adjust it, but you were talking about saying the word audio and adjusting your ALC, but I'm not sure how to adjust the ALC. Mine's right about 50 right now, 50%.
Roger, it looked pretty good, but your microphone level, what you're doing when you do that to your ALC, you're actually setting your modulation level. And so you go be looking at your ALC meter with mic gain in hand, and as you say the word audio, speak it just as you would speak any other word in a QSO. Don't stress it, just say it, and as you say it, adjust your mic level until your ALC meter is running 2/3, Roger?
Until your ALC meter is running 2/3, Roger?
Roger that. I'll go ahead and give that a shot. Audio. Audio. Audio.
Look pretty good?
Look pretty good?
Audio. I'm still showing it about 50%. I can't get it, even playing with the mic gain, I cannot get it to go down any other than what it is.
Right. Well, you're not really getting it to go down. You're trying to get it to come up. So the hotter you turn your microphone, the hotter the ALC meter. So what is your microphone level right now?
ALC meter. So what is your microphone level right now?
Right now my mic gain is set to about 39, 40.
Yeah, I think it looks good there. You might try 50. Try to just arbitrarily bring it up to 50 and see where that takes your ALC meter, Roger.
And see where that takes your ALC meter, Roger.
Roger that. Checking that now. It's still about the same, right about mid-range on my ALC meter.
Roger, Roger. Well, bring your audio back to about 40. I think that will sound really nice. And then let me hear you tell me about your antenna again, so I can get a good recording.
Tell me about your antenna again, so I can get a good recording.
Roger that. I'm running a half-wave end-fed antenna that goes up into a tulip poplar tree I have about, probably starts about 15 feet in the air and goes up to probably about 25, 30 feet. And it seems to be doing me pretty well.
Roger that. Now, do you know how to get to your equalization?
Roger that. Now, do you know how to get to your equalization?
That's a negative. I do not.
Okay, so it's called tone control on that radio, and it is a system transmit sideband tone control. I think that's the way it goes there, Roger.
Tone control. I think that's the way it goes there, Roger.
Roger that. Is it in my main menu?
Yes, sir. Well, you know, you've got those two things, a wrench and whatever cross. It comes out of there to transmit, and then in transmit it's a sideband, and then it's tone control. I believe that's the way it goes.
Tone control. I believe that's the way it goes.
But if in lieu of that, if you have trouble finding it, just make a note to self to push your treble plus 2 clicks hotter than where it is right now.
2 clicks hotter than where it is right now.
Copy that. I'll make a note of it, and when I do find it, I'll mess around with it some.
Yes, sir. And so, gosh, I got to get out of here. Scott, but it's been a pleasure, and if you want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. We'll take you to this recording, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
And I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow, Roger.
Roger that. Thank you very much for helping me out with my audio. I really appreciate it. This is KQ4VET signing out, 73. Thank you.
Roger, Scott, 73, sir. You have a great afternoon, beautiful weekend. If you get a chance, join us next Friday when you crank in those up with a couple of clicks of treble EQ. And with that being said, we got to get out of here. Since 3:30, we've been transmitting on our Qso-Vlog net and recording all the time. And if you participated and want to hear your audio, if you go to YouTube, do a call letter search for KC9VKV, followed by the word logbook. That will take you to this recording. It'll be cut number 1 in a series of 3,000, and I'll have it uploaded by noon tomorrow. So with that being said, we got to get out of here. This is KC9VKV returning this frequency back to normal amateur radio use. KC9VKV is clear.